Look for the bare necessities, the simple bare necessities. Forget about your worries and your strife. I mean the bare necessities or Mother Nature's recipes that bring the bare.
Hi guys, thanks for tuning into my channel again. Today I'm going to be doing sort of an informational video. I don't really feel like doing a tutorial right now. So I thought I would do a video that is going to be talking about my own personal suggestions of products that you can buy if you're just starting out with makeup. You know, maybe you're a teenager or, you know, someone who's just gotten interested into makeup and you've been buying maybe some drugstore stuff and you kind of want to, you know, advance and take, maybe buy some more better quality products. I'm going to suggest some of the essential things that you need to get started because, you know, when I got started I didn't have a lot of products. So these are some things that I really like using and that I think will be suitable to a really big variety of skin tones. And I'm going to be featuring mostly MAC products because the reason for that is MAC is available almost everywhere. I mean, obviously some countries don't have MAC yet, but it is a product range that can be bought, you know, in Europe, in North America, in Asia, things like that. Some of the products I'm going to show are not from MAC, so when I do show some products that are not from MAC, I'm going to put in a little sidebar on the bottom. I'm going to make suggestions for MAC products because I want to use products that everyone can buy. So let's get started. The first thing that I'm going to be showing is my selection of eyeshadows that you can buy if you don't have any eyeshadows or any good eyeshadows yet. These are some of my top picks and I just made a little palette out of these, but you can buy these in the pot form. So this is 4 different eyeshadows that I suggest that you buy. This is a highlighter. You need a highlighter to go underneath your eyebrow or to highlight any parts of your eye when you're doing makeup. At the beginning I didn't really use a highlighter, and using a highlighter just really brings out the makeup that you've done. It just makes it pop more. So I definitely suggest picking up a highlighter, and this one is really good. It's called Shroom. I think it's a satin finish, I'm not totally sure, but it's not too glittery, it's not too shimmery, and it's not completely matte either. And this comes out sort of as a cream sort of color, and it's really just a really good highlighter to use for a bunch of different skin colors. The next shadow that I really recommend you get from MAC is this one, and this is called MAC Woodwinked. This is a golden shade, and that looks really nice, you know, as a wash on the lid, or you can use this even to do some smokier kind of looks. And this is just really pigmented. This is a Volux Pearl, so it has really great intensity, but it goes on really smoothly. The next one that I really love from MAC is Satin Taupe. This is sort of a neutral color that MAC makes that's really gorgeous. It's a taupe color, and I have a few different eyeshadows from different brands that are in a taupe range, and I think this one is definitely the best. You can make smoky eyes with this if you want, or you can just use this during the day as well. And the last color that I definitely recommend you pick up is Carbon. This is a straight up black eyeshadow. It's a matte finish, so it is sometimes, if you're just starting out with makeup, it might be a bit harder in the beginning to work with this because it's a matte, so it doesn't, it's a bit harder to blend maybe than, you know, the Volux Pearl finishes, but definitely this is an essential if you do any kind of smoky eyes, if you're maybe going out at night. You can do so many looks with just these 4 colors. You know, if you want to do smoky eyes, you'd use like the Carbon and maybe the Satin Taupe and the Shroom. For a daytime look, you could use Shroom and Satin Taupe, or Shroom and Woodwinked. You could combine Woodwinked with Carbon. I mean, with just these 4 eyeshadows you could do like a lot of different looks. So I didn't include any really colorful shadows because you know, that just goes down to personal taste. I want to make a recommendation that I think a lot of people can get out of, and I know some people just don't really like colorful eyeshadows, but definitely if you do like colorful eyeshadows, I mean, you can always get these 4 and then just keep adding on different colors like blues, purples, whatever you want. But these are definitely the 4 that I recommend, and I think that will look really good on different skin tones from fair all the way to really dark skin. So those are the 4 that I recommend. The next thing you need that a lot of people forget about is blush. You basically need 2 blushes. well, you could start out with just one, but these are the two that I recommend. I recommend that you get one pink blush and one peach blush. And the reason for that is that the pink is usually a bit more cool, like a cool pink, and this one would be a sort of a warm color. And depending on what kind of eye makeup you do, it would look better either to use a a cool tone shade and a warm tone shade. And for most people, pink and peach is really suitable. So this is just two that I have. These are from NARS because I just prefer NARS blushes over MAC, but I'll make some suggestions for MAC ones. But this one, the pink one, is NARS Desire, and this one is NARS Gilda. So those are really good. For blush, I actually just wanted to also recommend this one from MAC. This one is called Blush Baby. This is, it looks kind of like an ugly brown in the pan, but when you swatch it, when you put it on, it comes, I don't know if you can really see that, but it comes as a very natural looking blush, and this one is actually really good because it goes with almost every skin tone and almost every makeup look that you do. So if you do want to buy a MAC blush, then this one is a good one to get. This is MAC Blush Baby. The next thing that you need is obviously foundation, and I'm not going to make specific recommendation on what kind of foundation that you need, but there's different varieties of what you can do. You can either use a liquid foundation, which is something like this. This is Revlon, but you could use something from MAC as well. They make a bunch of different brands, or a bunch of different formulations. Or you could do something like mineral foundation, okay? For this, you would need a kabuki brush for it, so that if you do choose mineral foundation, you would need to buy a kabuki brush. Mineral foundation is good for a lot of people. I personally like it. However, some people do get irritated from mineral foundation. So if you're not sure, if it's going to work for you, I suggest you either buy a sample from a mineral makeup company. There's tons nowadays. Or go to a Sephora or a company that sells Bare Essentials. This is Bare Essentials. And get them to put it on you, wear it for a day, and see how your skin reacts to it. The other route that you can go, and I don't have my compact with me, is powder foundation. I don't have that, but something like the MAC Studio Fix powder is really great because it's for somebody who doesn't really know how to apply foundation. That one is just fail-safe. It comes like in a compact. I showed it in other videos. I don't have it here. I left it at work. But it comes in a compact, and that one is super easy to apply. It's pretty much foolproof. You just put it on. It doesn't have, it's not full coverage, but if you have sort of normal skin, then that one would work really great. So those are, you definitely need some kind of foundation. So those are just a few different varieties of what you can do. Okay, now moving on to lips. I recommend, if you want to start buying some lipsticks, that you get 3 different ones. You should get one neutral lipstick, one pink lipstick, and one red lipstick. That's going to give you a lot of options of, different lip looks to do with different makeup looks. Like if you have, really dark eyes, then you want to do like a lighter lipstick. And the one that I really like is MAC Hue. Okay, it looks like this. It's sort of a very light pink, neutral, like very neutral color. It's a glaze, so it's not super pigmented, but actually that's really nice if you're doing a smoky eye. You don't want the lips to look you don't want the lips to be the focus, so you want to use like a really neutral lipstick. So that's one that I really like. It's the MAC Hue color. Then for pink lips, if you want to have pink, this is really good for daytime. I would suggest this one also by MAC, and this one is called Bombshell, and it's a frost finish. Some people might not like that, but go and test it out. It has like it's really nice actually. It's like a pink, but it has like a golden sort of shimmer to it. You can see that. It's just a medium pink. It's not hot pink and it's not a baby pink. It's just like a really nice pink color. And then for a red lip, this is good. Some people might not like this, but this is really good if you're maybe going out for an evening and you just want to have like a punch of makeup but without looking like it's caked on. Then I recommend this one. This is MAC Red. It's just a basic red lipstick. This is a satin finish, so it's not totally matte, but it's not really shimmery either. And it looks like this. For some people, they might not like that. color. So if you don't like this one, another good one to get is Russian Red. That is another really popular lipstick that MAC sells, or the Viva Glam 1. If you want, this sort of goes more into the sort of reddish brown tone. Just depends what works for you. This is the Viva Glam 1. And this is, doesn't say what finish it is, but it's almost matte. It's not quite matte, but it's almost matte. So this one is sort of more brown toned. So this one, either the Viva Glam, the MAC Red, or MAC Russian Red, which I don't have because it doesn't personally work for me.